In my opinion, the field trip to Germany was a success. We learned a lot from the different visits and saw things that we didn't see before. Almost everything was organized well, and getting to the places we had to be was a big hassle because we had a bus that took us everywhere. The thing that made the trip also a success was the fact that the group with which we went there was a fun group because everyone mingled with each other, so we had a lot of fun. But for the next time, the food should be way better than it was now. There was no hot food and breakfast wasn't that tasty as well. Finally, the sleeping facility should also be in a more populated place, so after the visit, perhaps some students could go sightseeing. And finally, having 3 different visits in one day is a bit too much. At the end of the visit, a lot of students didn't have that great of concentration. But all in all, it was a nice trip and I would do it again.
I found the trip very fun and educational. In my opinion, the trip also fit well with the theory I received in the lessons. Decathlon and the presentation at Mainz are my highlights. Decathlon because it was very nice and interesting to see their distribution center and how they went to work. The presentation at Mainz because I really learned more about the working method and marketing of a football club. The feedback I want to give is that I would recommend that the trip should take place at the beginning of the minor and not in the middle. This is because the group gets to know each other better, what is good for the atmosphere in the classroom, and because the theory from the lessons can easily absorb and apply because you've already seen in practice. Another point that I would like to mention is that we have now visited large companies in the sport business like Intersport, Decathlon and Engelhorn. Maybe it's also interesting to visit a smaller company with a presentation from the entrepreneur to learn more about how smaller sports companies are opting against the larger sports companies.
The Decathlon walkthrough was very interesting. I learned about the internal process and how they make sure that everything works well there. The woman was nice, but was hard to hear because she had a really soft voice. Engelhorn was an impressive store. They had a good storytelling inside the store about their products and know what to sell. What I missed here was the link between Nike and Engelhorn. At the football club Mainz, we had a very interesting presentation about the club and how they do something for them. The guy really wants to learn something. For me, this was the most valuable presentation of the week. But I think that 3 visits on one day is a little bit too much. Eintracht Frankfurt was the opposite of the way the football club Mainz is working. They are really commercial. Good to see that they use the stadium in different ways than football. I think the visit wasn't worth 500 euros. In Frankfurt, we had a little bit too much time for the assignment over there. The assignment was good and nice to do, but you can do more in the amount of time we had. The guy from Intersport was really open about their business. He was realistic about the strategy and what they need to change to improve their business. For the location, I suggest to choose something more near a city or town, so it's better to reach. After all, it was a good trip and I have the feeling that I've learned a lot.